Hi, my name is Benjamin. If you're watching this video, it's likely and probable you've just come across my latest release, Are You Ready for an Egyptian? And I really hope you enjoyed that. I wanted to take a few moments just to talk about some of my journey with songwriting and my journey towards releasing that piece of music, Are You Ready for an Egyptian? Now, God says in Isaiah 43, "Behold, look, I am doing a new thing." You know that when God does a new thing, it always deserves a new response, a fresh response to what He's doing. Psalm 33:3 says, "Sing a new song unto the Lord." Not only that, I believe as the people of God, we are to lean into heaven, incline our ear, and as we are in heaven and we look and see and perceive what God is doing and hear what He is saying, we're to hear these things and repeat them here on the earth and watch as God transforms the place and He brings about His kingdom in that way. Not only that, I believe that the people of God are destined and purposed to be leading the way in culture and not following it, and by that means of our creative ability to be creative beings made in the image of the Creator God and watching what our Creator Father does. Now that said, I've not always had an easy relationship with some of the material that I've written. Sometimes I haven't believed it to have worth or value, especially when I've measured it against something that is good or physical, like feeding the hungry. And we won't dismiss those good things, but sometimes I have measured them against it, looking for something physical. Now, a little while ago, I was in church and the pastor was speaking, and he spoke from Ephesians 5, and it says this in the Message translation: "Sing praises over everything. Any excuse for a song to God the Father." And you know, when he spoke, that something dropped straight into my spirit. Something shifted, and I cannot explain it in human terms. But it felt like God had said, "I've given you permission to write. It's okay. Go ahead and write." So I set about writing again. Now, fast forward 24 months or so, and I'm in a different church context and setting, and I had allowed myself to settle into discouragement. I'd taken myself to a very low place, and I'd not written anything for a little while. And I happened to share one of the pieces I'd written with someone in a small group, in a life group setting. And true to its name, someone decided to speak life over me, and God really spoke to me as this person prophesied over me. God said, "Benjamin, people will come to know Jesus through your songs. It will be a language that they can connect with. It's time they heard these songs." And I wept for quite a while. So I went to respond to God, and I found out that the Apple Mac computer where I had stored everything I'd written, my life's work so far, it crashed beyond repair. So I took my Mac to the Apple store, and they said, "I'm sorry, Mr. Gabb, your machine is too old for us to fix." And it was looking like data recovery started at £400 for this service, and it was not guaranteeable that every piece of data was retrievable or recoverable. And I despaired. I grieved for my songs, believing them not to be retrievable. I grieved for these songs. Now God always makes a way, as He always does, and one of my friends, my dear friends, had said, "Hey Benjamin, why don't you take your computer to this local computer repair shop and see what they can do?" And I'm happy to report that for a fraction of that price that was originally mentioned a moment ago, the people at this local computer repair shop not only repaired my Mac computer to its full working order, so I now have an ability and the means to record further material, but they also recovered every piece of data and every song that I've written so far. Not a single item was lost. He restores that which is stolen. So I am elated and delighted to share with you this piece of music, Are You Ready for an Egyptian? Now, it won't surprise you to know that it comes with costs to publish and mix and master and facilitate music for the public and general wider to hear. Of course, there is mixing and mastering. There's the actual publishing costs, and that's not including any sense of promotion and there's very, very, very little return, if any, and there definitely has been no return on anything else I've published before. But you know, I have this mandate. I believe God has spoken to me and I want to respond. So I managed to self-fund the release of Are You Ready for an Egyptian? But what I wanted to do, because my own funds are short, I wanted to offer others the opportunity to participate with me in this journey. So there are roughly 5 albums and EPs worth of material to release. And it is my hope and my prayer that you will join me in this journey of songwriting, of publishing some of this material, that other people would meet with Jesus in some of these songs. Whether they are yet to be believers or whether they are believers, it is my prayer that people would come to know Jesus through this material. If you'd like to hear more, and I hope you enjoyed Songs of Victory and Joy, but if you would like to hear more, please consider donating or giving or sowing into some of these songs, sowing into what I'm doing, that you would become a participant of some of this journey with me. Please consider that. Whatever you give will be gratefully received and channeled straight into and only the publishing of those albums. So if you want to sow into that, EP number 1 to be released is going to be called Songs of Victory and Joy. That is project number 1 of 5 albums. So whatever format you're linking this video to, so there'll be a crowdfunding link somewhere kind of here or wherever the video, where it is on your screen, there'll be a link to a crowdfunding page. Please head over to that and consider sewing in to some of these things with me. Please hit like, please hit share, please hit subscribe, share this on all your social media platforms. Thank you so much for listening. I really pray that you are blessed by some of these bits and bobs of material and songs and music. Thank you for watching. So just tagging on the end of that video, one of my friends had asked me to put the total or rundown of costs to what it would cost to produce this EP. So just so you guys know, so you know what we're aiming for. So the grand total of this project is £300. That is going towards mixing and mastering. So mixing and mastering at my mate's rates with a producer kind of friend, that's between £60 and £100 per song. There's also $69 US to have it published, and that does include around about £10 for every songwriter that you add in order to claim opportunity to collect your own royalties, and then there's about 30% tax to the US in order to make all that work, and then there's artwork and there's promotion, and that's still to come. But at the moment, what's left of the project, and not including some of that artwork and promotion, that's about £300 to go. Please consider supporting me or backing this project with me. Thanks guys, bye.